Okay, friends, so you're on your couch. You feel like you're being pretty lazy. And you might be being kind of lazy. Maybe you're watching your favorite show or a comedy show or something interesting like a documentary. You can add in some hip openers right here if you wanted to. Everybody's seen this before, right? People sit like this. Now most of the time their hips are pretty tight. When I notice people sit like this, they're always like this. Doesn't look too comfortable. So, you can work on a hip opener right here. You're lounging on your couch, you're watching your show, your hips are tight. Just similar like when you're lying back, just push down, gentle, firm. Over time, your hip's gonna open. And you're just sitting here observing your favorite show. You're breathing and your hips being opened, right? Now, if you're allowed to, you can move into doing something like this. You get a little bit more from it. Hips opening a little bit more. Again, breathing, observing the show, practicing yoga right here. You're being conscious, you're working on your body, maybe hopefully entering something a little fun and educational, or who knows, maybe it's just kind of nothing at all and you just want to escape for a little bit. Swami Sri Yogeshwar said anything. He said one of my favorite quotes from him was, if it's not hurting you and it's not hurting anybody else, then throw a dog a bone. So this is a great way to integrate a nice hip opener. Same thing, if you're going to do it on one side, always do it on both sides. So you're sitting here, maybe your hips here. Over time, and just breathing, your hips will open. Well, my hips were like this for a long time if I did something like this. I used to have to sit like this. But, you know, hips open. Same deal. Go a little further. You know, you can sit here like this and still see your TV and allow your hips to open. Another one. You just do this. You can work on just kind of rolling your hip back and forth. A lot of people do that from seated at yoga class. You know, it's just kind of working your hip a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Some people, you know, do all types of different stuff. Extension, pull in. Extension, pull in. So you're getting a little bit of hamstring in there as well. Extension, pull in. Extension, pull in. Again, just sitting here, getting something from it. Worked on a lot of construction sites. Some of you guys out there probably recognize this. Sitting on the bucket, right? Chilling on the bucket. There's lots of buckets at construction sites and places around that I work. Some of you may have some of them around your house. You know, you can do the same thing from here. You know, I find the bucket's actually really perfect for my body type to kind of work into this. Adding in a forward fold to it. You can get some more from it by doing that. Oh yeah, I can really tell by just doing this, maybe even reaching for the ground and really releasing, definitely getting a lot of hip. My hips are gonna feel really good after doing this today. Same deal, little forward fold. Now you can work on tucking your foot in even more. Again, trying to get into that half Padmasana, half lotus. And again, working on the fold. Always do what you do on one side, on the other side. So you can see there. You can do those hip openers pretty much anywhere. There's a lot of things you can do from even your office chair or your kitchen table in that chair, or again, in your recliner or your sofa at home. These postures can be done anywhere. All right, we're gonna go through a couple more places that you can do some, okay? All right. Okay, friends, welcome to our kitchen. Maybe you want to say hi, Dwight? That's Dwight. He does hip openers too. Okay, so one I do every morning, and it's a little bit of a shoulder opener and a hip opener, is with my kitchen sink in the morning. Now, all of you've got a kitchen sink. Everybody's got a kitchen sink, right? My grandmother said she used to have a bucket, but that was a long time ago. Hopefully we never have to get back there, okay? But if we do, be prepared. Chance favors the prepared mind, right? Always be prepared. Healthy hips help you be prepared for life. What if you got to run away from something, right? Can't have tight hips. What if you're all of a sudden at a place and you need to dance? Can't have tight hips. Who knows what the situation would call for, but here it is. It's a good shoulder opener, opens up the shoulders and it opens up the hips. We've all done this one, right? We've seen this one so many times that I've shown today already, that this is a great hip opener. Just placing this ankle right behind your knee, keeping your foot active. All I do, take hold of my sink, set it up, lean back, I take 5 breaths. I try to do this every morning, you know, on each side. Or sometimes when I come home, I do it. Same deal. Other side. I set it up, ankles above knee. See there? Something like that. Take a hold of this and do this. Now you could do this with a pole. I find poles throughout the day that I do it with, and I just hold on to the pole and I do this. Something like that. So there's a simple place. You're in the morning, maybe you're making your oatmeal or your breakfast or getting your tea or coffee ready. You've got a chance to do 5 breaths each side. It's opening the shoulders, opening the chest, opening the hips, even getting a little bit of leg strengthening while you do it. Okay? All right, friends, the last one I'll show also involves like a flat surface. So let's see if we can set it up and do that. So years ago, well, several years ago, I was in it's in the airport, and I saw a woman doing this, and I was like, oh man, she's definitely opening up her hips. And when I walked by, I said, got tight hips? And she's like, I don't like tight hips. I was like, that's a deep one. She was basically doing pigeon on top of like this bar at an airport. Not the bar you drink from. It was like a flat spot. It was like a bar top kind of thing. It's like I don't even really know how to explain it, but if you're allowed to, and it's like me, because, you know, we pay the bills here, I'm allowed to put my foot and my leg up on this. Some other people might not really want to, but you get the point. You might be able to find a place that was something a little higher, it's high, to where you can do this. Same deal. Just like pigeon, bring my leg up, I'm straight, and I can already feel my hip being opened here. See? Hips being opened. Now you could fold forward in this as well if you want to. This is what I saw this woman in that day. She was breathing on both sides. Long airline or a long air flight, hips are going to get tight. Maybe she was in between flights. She needed some time. Same deal. Both sides. You know? And just take some breaths. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you can add the forward fold. That's up to you. But if you've got a spot like that, then you've got a chance to open up your hips. Again, there's places and times where you're going to need to utilize the spaces around you. And these are just some examples of what you could do with that. All right? All right, we'll have some fun with the next thing. All right, see ya.